Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we are currently up to Abyss 1. So we have completed the common and hard difficulties. It's a very quick sweep thanks to the quick battle, and again we could clear Abyss. So here, quick battle with the current lineup until reaching the privilege limit or facing defeat. We can quick battle all the way through Abyss here, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is just go through a bit of different team building as well. So we will remove all of these. We're going to look to build teams that should be able to pass, which are relatively obtainable as well. So first of all, we want the Valiantas synergy, or the Valiantas team here. Now there are a couple of different options, and what you need to consider when going through is building your team around the units that you have already unlocked. Now the second part is to use the seasonal synergy as well if the Valiantas build isn't strong enough, but this will, so it just says deploy Valiantas synergy. It doesn't say you must have that synergy active for this to be. So, you know, I could go dragon, 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 and say Marlena. Let's go ahead and activate her season synergy. So we've activated the dragon seasonal synergy here, and then what we can do, if we so chose to, we could go ahead and put another one of these dragons in, potentially like Mulan. We could put any of these units in here that would have the corresponding season synergy to be able to activate that, the Astrals or the dragon season synergy. You don't actually have to have a Valiantas build. Now I do have, for the seasonal synergy, I do have Valiantas unlocked, or Valiantas unlocked to legendary +1. So we'll go ahead and we'll try that. Just the Valiantas build here. And we can go ahead and put in Themis, you can put in Nyx, you can put in Victoria. Any of these units will do. We're going to go ahead, put in Leandra, take out Marlena, and put in Nyx. Because we're not running the Astrals build, so we'll put our, we'll keep Atrops here. And then what we want to do is we want to look to take advantage of the Valiantas. So dealing basic attack has 40% chance to stun the target, we'll take that. Increase the attack, take that. We'll put in shield, so we physically can't die. During this, we just need to do as much damage as possible. And I think dealing splash damage will really help as well. So, Valiantas rely on physical damage as well, so we're going to increase our crit rate. And then one more, we will add in a damage boost. Now, the reason that I've gone for all damage is because of the shield here. So this shield, recommended pairing with Elma, who can increase the survivability of the team, effectively hold the entire team. And we want to go ahead and change our relics to our attack increasing relics as well. The reason that I'm going to use Mirror over the bow is because it increases Elma's max HP, which is pretty much useless. But it does give us a revival chance, so if our Atrops were to die, we could also do that. Or alternatively, if you don't have any of the legendary relics, you can just go with these relics, and then, you know, if you've not got any legendary relics, I always suggest a lantern because it will reduce the cost of the horn. But in this case, we're going to pop in. Where we go? We'll go like this, and we'll just see how this first battle goes. And if it goes very well, you know, as in we beat them quite quickly, we will look to just skip through the rest of them, because this team setup should be absolutely fine to run through the entirety of Abyss. I suspect if we left it as is, this team would probably be able to take down all of the enemies here. So we did get a stun here, and we got a taunt, so we are looking to incapacitate enemies as quickly as possible. looks like the splash damage is working absolutely fine. So yeah, within one round, didn't really need too much of anything. So we're going to go ahead and go through. So we'll just quick battle, or at least battle, and then skip the rest of them. Now, Valianters, you've got to take into consideration they do get effectively nerfed or debuffed after round 4, so you want to finish the fight as quickly as you possibly can with the Valianters. Now, in order to do that, you need to level up your Nyx, and you need to level up your Atrops. If you are struggling, I would highly recommend getting Atrops in here. Now, Minotaur, he does applies 10 stacks of defense on enemies, increasing defense by 50%. So it's an increase of 500% for his defense, and you can't really take him down unless you've got you know, a very overpowered team. Speaking of which, but you can't really, you're not really supposed to be able to take him down. The whole point is that he remains alive and the rest of them all go down. But there are units to counter that as well. We didn't have any on the team, but it's because it wasn't required really. So we are just going to go through these as quickly as we can, see how far we can get. Again, it just depends on where we do get up to as well, and the sort of how long it'll take us. So we'll keep pushing through. Again, you can chop and change these. You could add in loads of different units like Themis, like Elune, Marlena, for example. Couple of good units there. But really, this is a standard setup for the team that you want to go with. Now, this boss, Fortitude, we don't have any counters on the Valianters team here. So, if you do want to counter it, you can go ahead and look for a dragon or an astral, or if you're running Elysians, you can look for an Elysium. Now, I believe that on the, so you've got 2 counter heroes in the Astrals team and 1 counter hero in the Elysians team. But with the Astrals team, you're probably best off going with Talinas here, just because she does stun enemies as well on her attack if she's got a high enough number of stacks. So it is what it is, and she is a very powerful. Well, Persephone does apply that very powerful effect of Fortitude. Fortunately, we're able to wipe them out in one shot there, so relatively easy. Now we're going to move on to our Protectors synergy. I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this. Not that we can, really. But let's go ahead and jump into our Astrals team here. We're going to pop in. So now this is... destroy our enemies. Do we have any Elysians with Protector synergy? We have 1, 2, 3. And none of them match up properly. Right, okay. So what we'll do is we'll go... you, and we'll go you, and we need 1 more astral. I guess you. So we do have the 4 ethereals here, so we're going to use ethereal relics in order to power ourselves up. Now, do know, even though we do have the astral synergy active, we will, in fact, still get the buff. So these 2 stars underneath the ethereals here, this just means that we've got our level 2 relic synergy activated as well. So let's go ahead and pop these 3 on the back row. We'll go ahead, quick deploy. I don't think it really matters too much, this one. Again, I don't think it really matters too much, but bear with me. Sorry about that, just had to sneeze. This one's the best one. We will take you out, we'll pop you in. We'll take you out, put you in. We've got crit speed, so we don't really need these two. What we need is crit. For our ethereals, we'll put in damage boost as well. If you're having trouble, take out the damage boost, put in the damage reduction in here as well. Now, do I think that this team will die? No, absolutely not. If you don't have Eudora, you can take her out and put in Dorabella instead, or you know, whichever one it is that you think would be best. So there we go. I think it's relatively simple. Wukong, with the testing that I've done with him, he is growing on me. He is growing on me, but it's because I've taken him against relatively weak stages. I suspect the tougher things are, the more I'm going to be looking to drop him off as well. So let's jump into next, and then we'll be able to get through all of these. The Protector Synergy should be more than enough here. And in fact, because we only need 3, I don't think we need Lamia. I think we can put in Atrox here, or Elmer. If you're really struggling, you can pop Elmer in like this. As long as you have him at 7 stars, you can pop your shield in. So you could take out the Splash Axe, or you could take out the Divine Dragon, this one, and you could pop in the shield as well. So it is just something to keep in mind. I think we'll go for max damage on this one. So let's pop you 2 in. Go ahead and battle. Now, I am interested in the red runes for Wukong, but so you can see Wukong triggering here every time an enemy dies, he'll trigger that basic attack, and he'll perform a swap, giving Holy Shield, and also increasing the basic attack for him as well. And he is, like I said, he is growing on me, but I still think that he needs much more structure or support for his switching mechanic, because he's the one who's got to switch in order for this to trigger. And as soon as the Elysians go away, it's going to be very tough. Like, he didn't swap then, and the reason that he didn't swap them is because Atrox attacked twice, so she did her follow-up attack, and he doesn't count kills done by follow-up attacks or passive damage. So like Corrode, for example, wouldn't trigger it for him. You know, there's a lot of little nuances which won't trigger his passive, so I think potentially he needs to trigger the swap if an enemy dies. It can't be if. But there, he didn't trigger that swap again. He will now though. So he'll attack, he'll trigger, and he'll double attack as well, followed up by the dragon. So it does work to a point. If the enemies are super weak, you can just take them out. No problem. And I know he looks great here, but the problem is, again, as soon as the Elysian synergy goes away, so will Wukong. So we'll go ahead and we'll skip these. Again, we'll beat them in one round, and we've seen how he is able to do that. Now, I believe Emily applied Curse to us, which can be countered as well. You just need to find the right units in order to counter that.
I'm Captain Katrina.
Now, this is the penultimate stage. We will skip through this, and then we'll just have a look at the next one and see who the boss is for this one. So, Enchantress, well, it's the Medusa, so she adds 10 stacks of attack increase as well. So we've got our team dodge here. Potentially, what you can do is you can build an Elysians team, and you can add in your dodge artifact, the Avengers dodge artifact, and so he doesn't trigger when the dragon kills somebody either. It's probably because he's not supposed to be on that synergy, so they probably didn't think about it. But he is triggering, so it is very powerful ability. So there we go. That is 20 cleared, and now we need Glorian synergy mates. So we'll take these out and just build a quick Glorians team. In fact, we'll go ahead and jump in. So I'm going to do a Monarchs. So Glorian Monarchs. There's nothing, no season synergy active here. We just want the full 5 Monarchs, and then potentially what we can do is add in. We could add Nawi in. We could add any of these other units in. We'll go with Gloria this time just for added protection. Add Spear, Shield, and Hand of Tyr to give our extra shielding. And then we'll go Relics, Quick Deploy. Looks fine to me. I don't think we need very much else. Now Lee is a new character who I'm very interested in, especially with his runes. So his epic runes will give you defense, I believe, or HP. It's one of the two, and then his red runes will give both HP and defense as well. So it is just something to keep in mind, that he will progressively become much better when you do start to get his runes, when you start to get his red and his yellow and his red runes. At the moment, as it stands, I think all he does is damage, so he does require basically a full Monarch build to function properly, which is it is what it is. That's his place. His place is within this Glorians Monarch team. It is to nearly finish them off. So we're 4 out of 5 for Monarchs in Glorians, and there are plenty of other options that you can include within there as well. So we'll disable the Holy Shield with thanks to Audrey, and then we'll steal the rest of the shield, giving much more of our shield as well, dishing it out to our allies. So we are fully shielded up now. And then a triple attack from Lee here. No splash damage, it is what it is. So he does have 50% chance to perform a counter attack when he is attacked. And he does gain 10% attack increase as well. I think it's up to 10 stacks. And that is the same is true with... It's not bad. The same is true of his HP and his defense when you do get his red runes. So I think that potentially he has the chance to be a very powerful unit, especially in longer matches. So like boss missions, he's going to become very powerful. He's going to start to do a lot of damage after he is attacked. So my problem is that he must be attacked. Now, this is the Stormlord, so in order to beat the Stormlord, let's have a quick check. Immune to all damage, but once Unstoppable effect is dispelled, it will lose 1 HP and gain the ability to apply damage reduction on the Stormlord. Randomly attacks one enemy 3 times, dealing 30% damage per hit, and then there's 50% chance to apply a stun for 1 round. Is immune to all damage. Each time action takes, if the Unstoppable effect is not activated, it will lose 1 HP and increase the Stormlord's damage reduction by 15% when it's deployed on the battlefield. Now the Stormlord itself deals, I think that's supposed to be 50% damage to 2 random enemies, but it could be deals 2 damage to 50% random enemies. Deals 150% damage to backline enemies and applies Wind Fury. And Wind Fury performs basic attack combo after each attack. Now, deals damage to all enemies 2 times. Each hit deals equal to 80% of the target's max HP. And then the deals damage to all enemies 2 times. Each hit deals 80% damage of target's max HP. Recovers 10% of HP when attacking an enemy affected by stun. If the enemy's HP is below 40% after the attack, it performs a combo to cast the current skill again. And the damage taken per instance won't exceed 30% of its max HP. So effectively it is a Glorians. So what we're going to do is just take out Gloria. And we are going to go over to our Dooms team here. Now, I don't have exclusive runes for Halissa. I probably should. But for me, this is a very good team. Especially when Halissa gets her runes. So if we go to runes, let's just have a quick check here. So, when deploying 2 Monarch synergy mates, Halissa and Monarch synergy mates increase max HP by 200%. And then when deploying 3 Monarch synergy mates, Halissa and Monarch synergy mates increase max HP by 500%. So very good with Ophelia. Even though Ophelia is not a Monarch, you don't need her, if that makes sense. You don't need her to fulfill that Monarch condition. You just need the 3 Monarchs in there. Now, because we've got 5 Monarchs, the lower our HP goes, the more damage we're going to be outputting. Not that it matters too much against these particular enemies. Like we've already said, we can't damage these enemies too much. And if this is the damage that we're going to... Yeah, if this is the damage that we're gonna be taking, enemies don't stand a chance, if I'm honest. Because we'll increase our shield here as well. We'll increase our attack. And then we've got a healing spear as well. So every time we heal, I believe that's the one we've got. No, it's... Yeah, I think it is actually. So we'll see. Now, the reason that you go Glorians against this particular boss is because if you don't, then they will retain that effect. So they'll retain the unstoppable effect. And as you can see, we've nearly killed this guy. I think we are going to end it here as well. But as you can see, they are losing the unstoppable effect every time we do attack them. And that's the passive effect of the Glorian. So if you have 3 or 2 relic. If you have 2 relics or 3 Glorian relics with this team, they will steal buffs from enemies. And if the enemies don't have any other buffs, they'll steal the unstoppable effect as well. But that's it. So, Lee, one of the paths to victory. You should have a couple of copies of him already. Let me know what you think. I will end it here. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. And if you can subscribe, it'd be really appreciated. And if you do have any comments, then please let me know. You have a good day.